Hey, folks. Okay, let's see if I can get some light in here. I don't know if anybody's in here, but I am, and I'm live. But I'm gonna get I need to get a paper towel real quick. I should call these a working hangout. Because it sure does feel a lot of work to get ready for this. Hello, jewelry nurse. Who else is in there? TW Holiday. Welcome. I just jacked up my finger there, hauling this stuff in. Stuff I got at the auction. I'm gonna cover a couple little things. It might end up being a bore, but who knows? We're gonna check it out anyway. And I was just going to, I know this is kind of rude. I was going to pull up my invoice online because I cannot find my invoice, my paper version. What's up, Red Nickerson? Resale. How you doing, man? So let me just go there real quick. I hope you guys aren't squeamish outside of a little bit of blood. Like I said, I was pulling these crates. I bought a lot of media today, and it's probably not the type of media you are expecting, but I think it's pretty cool all the same. Like I said, I'm just pulling up my invoice real quick just to make sure and try not to bleed all over the place. It's not an emergency, but it is. No, it's not on that. I've got, you know how you got so many different email addresses just because you have one for like all your spam. And ladies and gentlemen, what's up, Don Maserati? This is a special Friday edition late night, especially for you. Kat is upstairs wrapping Christmas presents. We are celebrating Christmas tomorrow. I love you. Christmas on tomorrow. Okay. Why can I? Oh. Huh. Let me see. Oh, you know what? That might have been. Nope, that was not the one. Anyway, I have to tell you a couple of stories about returns. You know, I'm a king of returns on eBay. I've been doing free returns ever since. I tell you what, the delivery personnel on this holiday season, they were either in a bad mood or they were out to get me for hyping up free returns on eBay. Somebody was out to get me. They're like, we're going to get this guy. We're going to teach him to do free returns. And I'll show you some pictures here in a minute. If I can figure out, I know I should be able to share my screen. But I had actually three returns, or let's just say they weren't formal returns. I just refunded them the money because I asked them to send pictures of the damage. But one of them was, I was very disappointed. And not just because it was a return I had to do, but because it was the particular item. I thought it was a really cool item. And when I see cool vintage items destroyed before it even gets to the buyer, it saddens me. So I'm just gonna have to guess a little bit on what I paid for this stuff. That way I don't hold y'all up. Well, I'm gonna hold y'all up anyway. I was really hoping that I would be able to find my I was really hoping I'd be able to find that invoice so I could show you exactly what I paid. But anyway, let's just move on. Oh, there it is. Give me just 1 second. I hate to lie to you. I know I have a pretty good idea, but um, anyway, let's just move on. Oh, here it is. No. Okay, I'm just gonna move on. Sorry, I'm gonna get back to the chat here, and let's talk about those returns. The first one, I don't know if you guys caught in my. Okay, let me see if I missed anyone. Hey, John. No, it's not prawn. Hello, Kat. Thanks for jumping in. I'm sure Don is to ready to razz me a little bit with you. Um, let's see. And so the hazing begins. I got 2 seats of matching pajamas, one for the whole, 2 sets. He took his off for the show. Listen here, you will see pictures, I am sure. Um, let me pull up this. I'm going to see if I can do this. If I can do a screen share with Google Hangouts, and there should be an option, right? For some reason, I thought there was an option to. That's gonna bum me out. Anyway, if you guys caught one of my last videos, you saw I purchased this antique, really old tobacco cutter. And I mean, that thing was like this big. It weighed probably, I want to say 12 to 14 pounds. I packed it up. I mean, first of all, I mean, it was all metal. I did not think that there was any way possible for that thing to break apart. And I have to tell you, it broke. If you, man, I sure wish I could pop out, but or share my screen, but maybe I cannot do that streaming this way. I should go back to OBS. Anyway, the thing ended up split down the backside. I don't know if you're familiar with a tobacco cutter. I don't even know how I can describe it, but it's pretty much long and it's narrow and it stands about this high, and it has a handle with a blade down here that handle lifts the blade up and it chops tobacco. Well, the whole backing was split in two through shipping. A little bit of the base. No, I'm not putting my pajamas on. I'm lying. Shut up. Um, anyway, and the handle was broke off. It was $199 sale. I want to say I picked it up for about $35. It was a great sale for me, and pretty excited. I did $199 plus $20 ship. I just did a flat rate. Figured I'd cover about $5 or so on the shipping for a per item that price. So, what do you do? How they broke something that was, I thought it was cast, but evidently it wasn't as strong as I thought it was. I put it in I put it in a box. I surrounded it by bubble wrap, and then I packed it with um, packing peanuts. And I know those things do settle through shipping, but I mean, it looks like it was run over by a truck. I don't know how it could happen. The second item was about with shipping. I think it was about $35-40 sale, and it was. Oh, you know what? I could probably. Do I? Oh, I could probably pull those up on my phone. It was a set of 6 um, insulators, off the old phone lines. First, I'm going to show you these. I'm hoping these things come up on the phone, or I can show you maybe a little bit. let's see if this. I don't know if you can see that. That is how it was cracked down the middle. It stands actually, well, it's going to flip on me. It stands on its end there. And I don't know if you can see that crack right down here. These pieces were all broken off. And the handle there was broken off. The handle, maybe I could understand a little bit, but hey, what's up, Grillin? How you doing? But the split down the middle, I mean, that is just crazy to me. I'll show you what the item actually looked like when I shipped it. And the sad part about it is it was a Christmas gift, and there's really. That's what it looked like in the beginning. That's the part, the back of that is what actually split. And there's another piece of the back portion that was broken into like 3 or 4 places. How in the hell that thing broke, I have no idea. Here's what the handle looked like. And there's another picture of the very cool piece. It's more of a bummer that they didn't get, whoever they were purchasing it for didn't get it as the gift, because it would have been a great gift. Again, that's one of those instances that here I am, a $220 with shipping package, that because of, and you know what, I'm just, because it is a season, it's busy for them guys. I know they're getting carried away and they're throwing shit around, and unfortunately, my buyers had to. Here we'll go through the next one. The other one of those glass insulators. I packed these each individually in bubble wrap, as well as I put them in an 8 by 8 by 8 box, and this is what they look like before. And this was just a 15 plus shipping. I might have made a buck or two off the shipping, just because I shipped it. These went cubic rate. There's one of them. Again, I thought I packed these well. Next time, I tell you what, if I pack this many of them in a box, I'm definitely going to pack them individually in boxes. This is what this is. There's the bottom of the box. You can see all the glass in there. And this is exactly what happened. They dropped it on the corner of the box, and it was just a domino effect from there. And it just, I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if they really, I don't know. I'm not going to accuse them. I like to be positive, but I'm telling you, there was something fishy going around with my packages that day, and it was 2 different locations. So either, I don't know. Other thing USPS has been doing for me is making sure that I got to pay a little bit extra on my shipping. I did accidentally underpay on a quilt. It was like borderline a half inch. I remember I said, you know what, this is going to bite me in the butt, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. And because I already printed the label, I got lazy. And sure enough, I got hit with like a $2.30 charge from a shipping charge on a day that I didn't have any packages going out. And I went ahead and bid it. So thank you, USPS, for costing me money this week. Is it going to change me from doing free refunds? or free returns. No, this was the biggest hit that I had taken. So, like I said, I was going to go through and find out how much I paid for all this stuff. Let's go last haul. Any of you watch that? We were trying to figure out what this was because this looked to me like a cuff of some sort. Well, just because when I find out what something is, I'm going to tell you how stupid I was. This actually goes attached to here. This is an old World War II, I believe, naval headset with I believe this is called a throat or chest microphone. And it goes somewhere like this. And then, of course, this end would go plugged into the console of whatever he's using the transmit for. So I just want to throw. I did figure out what this was. It's still a pretty cool piece. Not really worth as much as I hoped it would be. I think probably, well, in the condition it is because the headset is taken off. I would say maybe only $10 to $15 is what I'm thinking. Before I get into the stuff that may interest you or may bore you, check this out. It is anybody want to take a guess? Cat, be quiet. You already know what it is. I'm not going to show you the top. I'm sure you'll guess what it is. It's got a zipper all the way around. I'm not showing you any. There's nothing on the bottom here. It's not going to get out. It is a hat box. You are very correct. Anybody want to guess what kind of hat box it is? I will give you a clue. The hat goes on your head. It is not a hat box. This will be the ultimate clue right there. It is a fez. Oh, I love this thing. I've got a fat head, so there we go. The Grand Poobah himself. What do you think? Do you think I could hit the town with it, slinging my tassel around? Is that disrespectful or what? You know, I am very thankful to the Shriners. Many of you may not know, I was actually born with club feet, and because of the Shriners, I was able to get everything corrected and walk. Here's what the box looks like inside. I don't know of an age on this. I think I paid $13 for this. This was made over in Anthony Nizzardini Masonic Supply Company, 5th Avenue, New York. If anybody wants to call them up and ask them if they want their hat back, you can let me know. But you know, I've seen these go with the box anywhere for from $35 to $50, $55 range. So, you know, this will go on eBay. As soon as I clean up the, and I think I gave $13 for it is what I ended up. That just sounds about right to me. I did buy a plastic heart at the auction as well. I paid $44 of that. Need it for our new business, which I might talk about later. I haven't decided yet. It is in the works. We're definitely launching, at least advertisement, a big push in the first part of January for the local area. But anybody else that sees me here might be able to get in on it. I did show this pickup last week. I picked up this little carafe. I don't even know if this was like a Pier 1 thing or it looks kind of old, but this is paper here. I'll go ahead and show that to you. It's got a wooden stopper up top. That is wood. And a wooden cap here. And all the glass seems to be pretty good. There is, okay, all that was pretty good. There is a little bit of a, looks like a crack going right down there. I can't really tell. But if nothing else, it does look cool. They had these loaded up, and I want to say I maybe gave $3 or $4, maybe $5 for all this. This is a shot glass cooler. Well, I guess you actually cool your liquor in here, and I would either have to have 6 friends come over, or I would be having to pour all those by myself. And at least if I filled it high enough with ice, it'd keep cold while I was waiting. There they go. Talking about our trip, we are leaving. I guess I shouldn't say that too loud online. I did buy this. It also came with these coasters. I'm not a big coaster guy, but it looks like somewhere down south of the United States, possibly. It looks like there's a little sombrero. I don't know why. If anybody knows the significance of dancing around a cactus, that might be interesting story. I also last week, I don't know why I ended up not doing a haul last week. I think it's just been really busy. Oh, I did go over that stuff. No, I went over the other stuff that was in the with the catch box and stuff. Yeah, okay, anyway, let's move on. I spent $44 on this next lot, and I really, you cannot wear it out of town. Okay, I got to go back up and see. Oh, hey, John Jones. How you doing? I just saw you. I don't know why I missed you up there. Jewelry Nurse dad was in the Shriners. Very thankful. Like I said, I was actually a Shriners poster child for the Shriners Rodeo back in Enid, Oklahoma, back when I was probably less than 1, maybe 70. I still have the poster upstairs to prove it. But all the posters that advertise the rodeo I was on. Okay. I wish you were here so you could do it. Okay. He cannot wear it around town. Oh. Kat is talking about me wearing the Fez hat. She will not let me wear it around town. Okay. So let's just move on. Oh, I did buy just another small. I bought 3 Polaroids, and I want to say I gave 13 to 15 on them. Polaroids, not all of them worth anything, but some of them, you know the whole thing with going. Actually, I've never had one of these before. I paid $15 for these cameras. This is what I'm sending in, and I have a nice little collection of these old 600s, and I believe this one does have some damage, but these they don't. The 600s, they don't. They'll take them. So it's just the square cameras like this. Retrospect buys them, and what I do, I actually have a collection of them. It's about time for me to send them in. I save them all up, and I'll ship them all in together. So right now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8 of these. 6 of them are worth $25 a piece. This one right here, they'll give me 70 or 65 for, and I cannot remember. I want to say this one is either a $25 or $35 one. It is the there was something different about this one. I can't remember what it was. No, this is just another $25 one as well. So yeah, so I offer, if I find somebody, I put an ad on Netflix, on Craigslist. That's where I got some of these from. So I offered for the SX70s. I offered 25 for the standard 20 or the square ones. I offer 10 to 15 depending on condition. So I get $25 shipped, and you're like, well, that's not a huge profit. But the thing is it's quick, easy money. I throw them in a box, send them off, and if I save them up like this, I save shipping on the long run. So it increases my profit by doing so. John, I just load them up. I don't want to wait the time, so I know the SX70 would probably do better on eBay, but I know they watch sellers on there, and I would rather maintain the relationship because they do have a clause on their website saying if you cherry pick and sell your better cameras on and welcome and if you cherry pick and send the worst of the lots to them that they could refuse selling to you. Would they do that? I don't know how honest they are. I don't know how close they watch particular sellers on eBay, but I'd really hate to ruin that relationship and not be able to get rid of the rest of them. So I don't know which title came around when this went out, but I did buy a lot of media. I paid $44 for this lot, and it's probably not the media that you're thinking of because it's a little bit older than that. And it's just cool, and it's all film. This old film. Just to give you an idea of the age. Well, the box here says $6.50. I don't know who put that on there, how long ago, but it does have somebody's name written on here with 9/18/69, the day after I was brought into this world. And I'm just going to see if there's any. This one is empty, which I know that's not the case, but these canisters are money as well. I'm not sure how these smaller ones does. I don't know, John. Do you know? Have you sold? I've got so many of these Polaroids for the sonar sensors years ago. Who knew they'd be worth something again? This may just be their canister of. I did it just for the ease. I mean, it's. I send them to them just because I know I get my money. I get money for them, and there's no hassle sending them out individually. Here's another blank one. So many of these, this might have been just a carry case. It did come with this little tin. I actually know they're not all empty because it's got some weight in it. Yes, I touch this stuff with my dirty hands. And I will tell you, the thing that makes this, I know these are going to be desirable. The ones I've sold before were wildlife related, and there's a lot of Alaska footage in these. I was trying to get to some to see if any of them had any title. Here's one that's full. I'm not going to open that one up. But yes, some of these are full. This one actually looks like it was spliced together. Yeah. What's the quality of the Alpha 1? Are you back at the Polaroids, John? Are you talking about this one? Which one are you talking about, John? Oh, this is the SX70. Okay, you're making me bring out. First of all, the case isn't pretty decent. There's some wear on the back, but it's still it just needs cleaned. This isn't wear at all. It just needs to be cleaned. Let me wipe off my hands. It's in great condition. First of all, it's got the paperwork. It's got a cold clip. I don't even know what that is. I'll pull it out for John anytime. All he has to do is ask nice. Check this out. Right here, there is a little bit of scuffing. Is that scuffing or dirt? Actually, that might clean right off. Yeah, that most of these marks right here. Okay, John, I may consider it. Thank you. Thanks, Shane. And I'll be honest with you, I don't remember. You're going to make me break this on camera. I'm trying to think of. There it goes. Okay, I'm not going to open it up farther than that. I know it. Okay, let me think about it, John. You know what? I would do that to you. I would do that for you. It is a very nice camera. I bought this. There was a clock I got with this lot. The guy sold me quite a few of those, well, probably 3 or 4 of those Polaroids, and I've got some more that I've got listed that aren't worth as much as this. But I don't know. I've just been holding on to them. Oh, check it out. The Polaroid name right there on the leather case. The only thing right here is the leather is split a little bit on the case, on the handle there. But anyway, I'm not going to go through all this film because I have to tell you, some of it is, who knows what it is. This is rough here. It's in a cardboard box. This is black and white. Danny and something Ben work print. No good. So it might just be bad footage that didn't pass their. But it is all footage. I mean, this would be, Rod, you don't understand, bro. That is about museum quality. I've only got one in better shape, and it was in the original box. Okay, I will. We'll touch base later, John. People buy this old film. These big ones, even if you can just find this is called Alaska Film, New Alaska Film Original. So this might have been closer to final product. In the middle, it does look like it's come off the reel at some point. I've often wondered, I think people actually convert this over and might use it, but it is, that almost looks like an airplane. I wish I should be, I need to figure out how I can um, share some of this on video, because this is somebody fishing and family at the beach. Original. This is 1968, August 16, 1968. Magic cave print. I'm just going by what the canisters actually say. Palm Springs radio pictures. This is I can't remember what this is. 35. This one's nasty looking. It's pretty rough. I probably have to go down a little bit to actually. There it goes. This is a tail end of something. I was hoping it would have. Yes, this is what I typically do. I just let it roll on the floor. This is all blank footage at the end. Oh, here we go. I don't know if you can see that. The little color codes at the end. And then it's got Is John Jones John Jones isn't legit. I was hoping I could see some indication of what's actually on this. We're just going to skip through just to give you an idea of actually what I have, and then we'll chat. Because I'm not going to go through all of this. At least 50 years. I mean, it's been so. This one I couldn't tell you. It's called. There's Buck written on it. Some of them actually have titles written on the reels themselves, but this was a tail end of a lot. I haven't gone through any of this, so it's kind of exciting for me just to look at it. It's so that was pretty much one box. Here's a bunch of smaller ones. Let's see if they. Alaska sheep. I was reading off some of the titles on here. Ivory. I can't read the writing. Walrus. Some of this might have just been footage that was used to put. Yes, this is all Kodachrome used footage, and this might have been footage that was used to make the films. Frost on the trees picture. Fall colors. Hope old. This was in 9/15/69. All this was, like I said, taken right around that one's the box is kind of Oysters, Hood Canal, April of 70. Swans 50-foot. Good 5-foot fishing. Ship something no good. So I'm wondering, I'm not sure the whole process of making a film, and just to give you kind of a heads up. Is this coming through backwards? Be sure and see Nowhere But Alaska. 2 hours for the whole family in breathtaking color. So, I mean, look, I feel like I could actually be. I'm gonna have to wait till I get 1,000 subs so I can give everybody a poster. I mean, I have a stack of these that go on for days. But I'm thinking, I don't know, but I'm thinking maybe does Kodachrome, maybe some of you guys know, do they film this with the cameras and then they might use it to piece together. This is Railroad at Seward, tank cars. So I've got enough stuff that could appeal. If this, but like I said, this all might be the original footage that was used to make the film. Do I know that for sure? I do not, but it sure makes a good story anyway. Sage helicopter North Slope, birds at. So that's what leads me to do. If there's a film about, there's a polar bear footage. That topical stuff will all sell at railroads, planes, helicopters, etc. And the last films that I sold that were on the larger reels, I was getting $35 to $50 for them. And those were all nature related. Graveyard, ghost town fishing. Old Dawson Trail, White Horse, stage route, pickup encamped, Alaska, highway sign, scenery in Alaska, driving, skim boots, Ivory Canal, or Ivory something, Danny Bow and Arrow, Danny and Charlie. So that might have been more. There's a Fox one. I guess I can't even read. But I think that hopefully they're all okay. Some of them are in canisters. Some of them are just little bits and pieces. Let's see what this one was labeled. Oh, this one wasn't labeled anything, so this could be a mystery. Stranger Satan, in case you were unaware. Don, only the bad passengers, right? So there's a box of those. I won't go through all these, but here's another stack I have to go through. Fairbanks flood, July of '67. That might be interesting. Paramount HRWS film, something to Alaska. This is Halby film strip printer to weather. So I don't know. You'll be fine your trip. They're talking about our trip. Hold your hats, look up. Now that's more recent. I don't know if the canister is there, but if the canister is right, this could be the original Fidalgo. Do not project. Teyaru. I don't know what. If anybody can translate that, feel free. And this is Rodeo Pictures. Rodeo Unknown 3968. And folks, you got to know when I had these posters. I've got more. I bought them at the auction. And, you know, I'm here in North Idaho, so I mean we're still a long ways from Alaska, but I think that we have a lot of. Somehow they made their way down, and who knows if the artist had cut or the person that made these films came through here. I don't know the story behind it, but I got a lot of these posters. If you reach down the middle, you get some in better condition. I might have to do a big showing and go around town and tell everybody about it. You get a poster, you get a poster, you get a poster. Here's some East Coast, east of Siberia. Oh, I think that's an actual film. So is this actual? Now, I don't know. Maybe you guys know. Is there says LD? This comes in a cool cardboard box with straps and everything. I was wondering, do they? I wonder if it's a possibility that. This has Kevin Kraft. Yeah, right on things. It's East of Siberia, so I'm assuming that's the film that's in here. So I wonder if some of these were played at maybe a theater in Anchorage. Am I going to test every one of these? I'm going to say no, but it might just have to. I don't know. That's a really hey. What's that random biz guy? You know, and I haven't come across the ones with the boxes like this, and I'm almost wondering if they did actually belong to a movie theater at one time. And I wonder too if there's any. Well, I don't know. There's nothing on here that says that they're property of anyone. So East of Siberia. We've got another one of these. People of the Tundra. East of Siberia, original LD. I guess that's somebody's name. This can made in. Well, they wanted that one protected. Is this one of those things where I start showing them and open up canisters and they turn to dust and I shouldn't be sitting them? This is another part of East of Siberia. This is I almost wonder. This says composition magnetic track. I almost wonder if these are the sounds that goes to the movie. If any of y'all, if any of you know this stuff, please let me know. Like I said, all this film stuff I paid $44 for, and it just keeps going. Nowhere but Alaska, magnetic track. So I believe this is probably the sound that goes to the Nowhere to Alaska. These must be all the sound stuff. No, Nowhere but Alaska original. Nowhere but Alaska, and they're numbered RB1, R or R1B, R-3A to AB. The other one was reels 1 and 2. This was a 2-hour film, so I'm almost betting that all these silver canisters were the soundtracks. I'm just choosing to ignore them. They try that. That's my cat and Don. They come on here to try to razz me and get me thrown off. So this is the original soundtrack, I believe. God, I tell you, a 2-hour film is freaking heavy. And this is the Nowhere to Alaska. We should host the premiere. I'm just gonna leave that one closed. But that's what I believe this is the original film, Nowhere But Alaska, which I've never heard of. This could be bad. A and B rolls. That doesn't look in good condition. It has come out of its original case. The Nowhere to But Alaska end. Oh, this is the end title rolls original. So the end title rolls came on a smaller black and white positive print. So I might want to put that in a better canister. Okay. This is a lot of extras. These larger, I'm going to hit myself in the head. These larger reels, these go for pretty decent money, these alone. And I want to say last time, I can't remember if I got the larger ones, if I was getting like $15 to $20 a piece for them, maybe upwards to 30. But I've got these larger ones. I've got 4 of those. Well, 3 of the really large ones. Dibs on the front row. You're gonna have to travel up here. I might have to just find somebody with a projector, take it to a movie theater, and say, "Hey, what can we do to see if this works?" So I think someone around here's got a movie projector. So this box alone, I know will pay the $44, and there's really nothing to it. This is pretty much garbage here, but I've got a bunch of the smaller blank reels, some blank tins. I mean, it's amazing. The outside looks pretty rough. We know that you bought it up. It might be Super 8 porn. We'll for sure be watching. But the inside's crystal clean. I got a few of those. So, I mean, like I said, this box alone will make my money back for sure. And that's without doing any research on any of the other stuff. Now I understand why some of this stuff is separated with the audio, with the film. A and B rolls, Nowhere But Run commercial. This is the commercial for the movie. Imagine that. This is a portable 16 to 8 millimeter portable hot splicer. I do not know. Does that melt everything? Any of you camera buffs know what a portable hot splicer does? Is that what they splice all their film together? I'll show you that. Watch it be. If that works, that might be a pretty cool piece. I don't know. I've never tried to sell one of these before. I've only got 2 more boxes, folks. It was a total of 9 boxes for all this stuff. But you know me, if I can find some weird crap to buy, I definitely will. I do not know what this. This is 1969 Alaska 16 millimeter. This stuff is as old as I am, and this is pretty decent condition in there. I'm trying to get to where I'm not. I may be the only man in the world that has a copy of Nowhere But Alaska. I'm gonna build it up like that. Hey, I'm not 100 years old. Times 2 film, 16 millimeter, 1969, Alaska, put together. So somebody was trying to sell this. I just don't know. This one actually says eBay. Bush Good Stuff, Buell. I don't know. I can't read their handwriting. So this probably came from somebody that didn't want to do anything with it, because I mean this is going to be a project. But I'm going to be hunting down somebody that's got a 16 millimeter that can help me out. Some more. This one, it doesn't. The label has peeled off, so I'm not real sure on that. I do have just another empty box. This one actually says, I don't know, it went from Anchorage to Seattle, Washington. I used to slice film, and it was so not necessary to have a big doodad, but yes, agreed, film slicer. Thank you. Here's another one that was sent out. It doesn't say what it is, but this one's empty. Just the film shipping box itself, and I might be able to look at some postmarks in there. This one I have no idea. It's got stuff marked out. It's all Alaska related, I'm sure. This one's funny. I wonder if they. I'm just curious why. Oh, they've taken what the person that did, somebody did try to sell these on eBay, or considered selling on eBay, and they pulled this down. It would be very interesting to see if it's. They wrote on the. Here's what they wrote on the beauty contest. 8/30/18. Look up. 1960s Netflix. The reason they say that is there, and it could be an entertainer, and not that kind of entertainer. Although this is very 60s attire with the short skirt. But she's clothed, so it's not what y'all are thinking. I was just seeing if they're. Movie theaters all know digital. No, but well, our dollar theater or cheap theater. Oh yeah, this does look like a beauty show, because it's like a beauty pageant. Okay, yeah, definitely. Okay. Um, this is a beauty pageant, so there is no doubt in my mind that that is what it is. I just went back to contestants back 70s attire. So I mean, there's definitely going to be um, a market for probably every one of these. I've gone through all the boxes but one. I don't know. They're the larger canisters as well. But as you can see, I thought it was a pretty cool find. And I'm sorry I can't. I Your guess is as good as mine. How I'm going to do on these. I know I'm going to be do. I'm going to do. Look at this. I know I'm going to do well. Oh, let me don't forget that. Um, on it, but it's going to take some time. This is one of those projects that's going to have to do some research. I had some of these. I'm really interested to see if I can even find anybody local that can play. I know somebody purchased the. I'm pretty sure somebody purchased the old film or projector at the movie theater. I think they sold it, or they might actually have it sitting in the lobby. I'll have to go by there and see, and maybe see if they can wheel it up and talk them into putting some movies on for me. But I still thought it was for $44. It was pretty much a steal. Like I said, those large vintage. I was just curious. 16 reels. For some reason I thought I got pretty decent money on those, but maybe not as much as I thought. Let me see here. Let's pull up solds. It depends on the footage as well, or how many feet of film that it holds. So just the blank reels. I guess the 1,200 foot reel. I guess they're not bringing that much. There's 10 of them for $30. I sure thought I got more than that for them. Maybe I was getting the high end of 15. I don't know. But once I go through these and see if I have anything that is of any value, I'll at least get my $44 back. So anyway, just give you kind of heads up. We have been talking about doing our new business. It is a retail location. It is resale, or it's a retail location. Is resale related. I'm just giving little bits of teasers here and there. We've got it pretty much set up, ready to launch an advertisement campaign here locally the first week of January, and that's really where I'm going to launch. And I'll do a video. I'll take you all over the location, maybe do a live, and walk you through what we're doing, walk you through what we've done, and yes, and we're going to show the very first night. We're going to showcase nowhere but Alaska, and but we're pretty excited about it. We're a year lease in, and it's going to be we have to make it, or we're going to find another business to put in there. I'm going to tell you. I will promise. I will do I'll do a live on the first. And there's reasons why I'm not launching, because I know people locally that watch my channel, and I just don't want to spill the beans early. So that is why. I'm just going to make y'all wait. It's just another teaser. I could flash the business card. There is a handful of people that know what we're doing. But like I said, the reason I'm not putting it on social media at this time is just because I do have local folks that watch my videos, and I'm just not ready to release information locally yet. And we'll talk more about it later. But thank you for going through this huge lot of film with me, even though I couldn't really show you what's on it. It was still kind of cool for me to finally go through, pick that stuff up today. Um, the only other thing I got at Action was a nice heavy mirror. I think I paid $12 for it, just a wall mirror, but it's heavy wood. Oh, and I've been buying clocks too. Some of them I don't know a good deal, but I have a bunch of antique clocks. Maybe I'll put a video together on that. But another thing I've been doing on Craigslist, not only the Polaroid cameras, the square ones. If you're curious about that, go to Retrospect. They give you a certain number for different, a certain amount for different versions of Polaroid cameras. John, I'll hit you up on that other one, and if you're serious. But anyway, I also have been doing clocks. I do pretty good with some of these mantle clocks here. I haven't listed either one of these. I just want to do a little bit more research. This one, which way do I have to? This one right here is actually a cast iron type clock. And this one is just regular, like an oak. But they're old. This one, I think, well, I picked up a. I'll just have to do a video on them. The antique ones, I mean, they are huge. They're probably half the size of that photo there, so about twice the size of a standard mantle clock, and that's why I bought them. I think the parts alone, I know one went back to the 1800s. It came out of schoolhouse in Germany, from what I was told. But some of them are, all the parts are there. Some of them are not. When are you opening the clock store again? Clocks instead of dolls. I'm still doing dolls when I come across them. But I've got probably 20 clocks over at our store location that I still have to go through and pull back over and possibly list them on eBay. Shipping's going to be terrible on them just because of weight, but I've got a old anniversary clock that is pendulum driven, which is pretty cool. And then I've got some of my more modern anniversary clock. So it's kind of interesting, this whole learning process for me of what is of value and what is not. Believe it or not, some quartz movement clocks have some money in them, and so it's just, there's just so much to learn that I'm trying to capture. Funny thing, the anniversary clocks. If you don't know what anniversary clock was, I thought it was that particular clock. This is how ignorant I was. I thought that particular clock is one of those glass dome clocks, the little thing that spins down at the bottom. I thought when I did the research, and the first time I saw, I was like, oh, that maker, it was like their 50th anniversary or 100th anniversary clock. I did not realize that the anniversary clock was the style of clock, and it's one that has a base and you can see all the workings of the clock with a face, and it's got a dome that fits over it. Down at the bottom, it's got this thing that spins, like 3 balls that spin back and forth. That's what I gathered now, because I see anniversary clocks from different makers. If I'm still wrong, please let me know. I'll show you. I'll cover a video on the clocks that I'm picking up, and how I'm going through that process, because I bought the other day, day before, last night, I believe it was. I had a lady drive over from Washington, and I bought all but one of them from her. And some were quartz movements that were probably only worth $5 to $10. And the anniversary clock is actually comps out at about 90, and the other mantle clock, I cannot remember which one who the maker of that one is, but it comped out at about $75, and I paid $100 for the entire lot. So the 2 clocks are paying for everything else. The other thing is just free money. I'm not telling you. You notice I can just ignore you and ignore you and ignore you. It's not a library. Let's see. I will tell you that there's 2 people that in the chat that know what it is, and they will They will keep their mouths quiet until I'm ready to go, or until Kat and I are ready to go. Kat and I are partners in this business, and shout out to her for doing a lot of work while I've been working my full-time job. While I'm out doing my full-time job, she's been busting her butt, helping get the place ready, and it's been a lot of fun. Uh, PM Cat, and maybe she'll spill the beans, but I am sworn to secrecy until the first. You know what? We're going on vacation. That's really why we haven't started earlier, because we're going to be gone. We're going to be gone a week, heading back east, um, and we'll be hitting it hard as far as advertisements, and pushing some social media out there locally, using some of those outlets, maybe do some targeting ads, and do some print media and stuff as well. And it's so, and I'll talk about the entire process, I promise, when I get back after the 31st. But anyway, I've got lots to do still tonight. It's 11 o'clock here in the Pacific Northwest. I want to thank each and every one of you for jumping on and sitting through this with me as I go through more odd stuff that Rod finds. I think that might have to be my a weekly show, is what's the odd stuff that Rod's going to pick up today, and what is he going to do with it. And believe it or not, I am selling stuff. I had a good run on Christmas houses. That was my biggest one over the last couple of weeks. Thanks to Kat and her friend Cindy knocked out. They did 69, I think, 59 or 69 listings in 2 days of Nothing But Christmas Village. Getting odd with Rod. Rod's odds. Odd Rod. Thanks, John. I resemble that remark. But so I've been selling the crap load out of those. I've only had one of those that I had returned. So I probably sold 30 of those Christmas houses in the last couple of weeks. So I was glad to start getting rid of those. But anyway, I am selling stuff. It's just not me filling my house. And, well, that's all I'm going to say. We will catch you all. I don't know if I'll be throwing up some videos here and there while we're traveling, just doing uploads, but I will be definitely doing a live show coming after the 31st. We get back on the 31st, so it'll probably be after the 1st. And as long as it isn't Rod's Rod, hey, easy now. Is that legal in Idaho? I will leave you with that question. Anyway, thanks again for joining. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. If you're catching this later and got to this point and you're wondering why the hell I watched it, you should hit subscribe anyway, because evidently I kept your attention long enough to keep you around. Hit the thumbs like if you feel inclined to do so, and we will catch you all next time. Peace out.